Thank
We're
you.
always
Thank
happy.
you so much.
We're always happy to help and support wherever we can.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And I said we're always happy to support and help wherever we can. Yes.
We'll be reaching out to you soon. Thank you very much.
So one particular question jumped out at me while I think it was David that was speaking. The question was about fintech being a very heavily regulated industry, while e-commerce platforms are not as regulated, maybe in Nigeria. And so the question was, what should consumers be looking out for, when shopping on an e-commerce platform to ensure that their security is, maintained? Is there anything that you can quickly just, let us know, okay, you guys, if you look out for this, you might be sure that you're dealing with a safe, we are dealing in a safe space.
Okay. Generally, especially with me, one thing I always look out for is the URL, right? So you check the URL properly, make sure you have the HTTP code in front of it with the slashes, and then the proper address. Sometimes I also double check. So for instance, if I was using a banking app, for instance, you can Google and ensure that you have that app actually exists in the name that it's called. Another thing that you will often not find is when a payment processor begins to ask you your date of birth and personal information that has nothing to do with what you are doing on the payment site, then you should be very wary and please stop, because it's probably a phishing site ready to gather your data. Some people buy plugins. There are plugins that are freely available on online that help you and protect you, and will also let you know that the sites that you're going to is unsafe. They're gathering your data, use of data cookies and things like that. Yeah, so that will help ensure that you're getting on the proper website.
Right. Thank you. I'm trying to look through all the questions and see which ones we can quickly take. Somebody says, what is the role of the Security and Exchange Commission on data protection and fintech operations in our financial ecosystem? Does anybody want to take that? So all these questions are on the question and answer, the question and answer thing at the bottom of the screen. Maybe what we will do is to gather all these questions. We'll send them out to all our participants. We'll get you guys to send your answers in, and then we'll try and send them back to the people who these questions have come from. It's 3:55 now. I've got 5 minutes more to close this down, and I really wouldn't want to keep anyone beyond what we had planned to do. So we'll gather these questions, put them together, and send them out to everyone. I've got to say very big thank you to David and to Mo and to Patrick. Ogochukwu, my colleague, thank you so much, guys, for being here. I'm going to leave this with, I'm going to leave you guys to, one after the other. Just take a few minutes to wrap up with anything that you want to, any final words that you want to say. We'll start with, let me go clockwise on my screen. We'll start with Mo. We'll go to David. Patrick, you can also say a few words, and then Ogochukwu will close this down. Thank you guys so very much once again.
Thank you very much, by the way. Really, very, very, very interesting session. Thank you for inviting us. One thing I was going to say is when you're thinking about payment, think Flutterwave. When you're thinking about setting up a business, think Flutterwave. Flutterwave is your, when it comes to payment, collecting, transmitting payments, and having access to the financial sector, or tonight, having access to finance and powering your business. Flutterwave is there for you. We are customer focused, and we'll ensure that we partner with you to deliver what you need. I know that sounded like a marketing pitch, but I just want to say we are your esteemed partners when it comes to payments within Africa, and we want to help you connect to the world and connect the world to you from a payment perspective. And I just want to say thank you again to everyone. I'm looking forward to a lot more progress, which I know will come in the data privacy environment in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Thank you very
much. From my end, I don't think there's much. Some of the things that I'd have loved to engage Patrick, and then we can go offline and engage him more on with regards to the laws that are coming up. would be with respect to our enforcement officers and enforcement agencies. There's a lot of lack of education about how the fintech space works, about what exactly a technology company does. In the past, we've joined campaigns against police brutality to our tech guys, where they see them with a laptop and assume they are Yahoo boys and things like that. So it would be nice that whatever legislation that is coming up has some input to educate these guys. The police force clearly needs reorientation with regards to the fintech space, and also something I area as well, because some of the matters that arise as a result of payment disputes end up in front of a judge who doesn't even understand what you mean by URL, right? So if there's any way to ensure that we can educate these guys, we will be very grateful. For our participants online, I urge you, if you have any business, please get Rave by Flutterwave. It's the best in town. The rates are great. And if you're a personal person, plug into Barter by Flutterwave. It's a great app, and it's very useful. There's a lot that is being taught on the app on a daily basis with regards to your privacy and your data. Thank you very much, Shaya. Thank you very much, CPR.
Okay, I'd like to say first, thank you very much, the team CLP Liga, and my fellow panelists, Mo and David. I've learned a couple of things from you guys that I don't know if being in tech means keeping a lot of bets. I don't know. I seem to be the only one with that bet.
It's COVID. It's a lockdown.
I don't know, but I think I'll have to make a recommendation to the Senate committee, because we are also into tech. We have to start keeping bets. So you see our senator with bets, just the ICT thing, please. All right, a quick one. I would say two things. One, I would say inclusion. One of the things we will never do as a committee, I am saying it categorically, and I will be saying this on behalf of the distinguished Senator Yakubu Hussaini, the clerk of the committee, Mr. Ayo Gon. It's one thing we will never do is we will never set up. President will set up a policy, set up a framework without having to interface with the guys from the private sector, because you guys are the most hit. It's not the government that is the most hit. You guys are the most hit because of the threat landscape in Nigeria. You guys are the most hit. You guys are the ones that we would interface with more, with the international community, so that we can understand global best practices with ministries, departments, and agencies, because we want every agency, every ministry, every department to be digitized, and we want them to be able to keep up. We need to already start moving into e-government, smart governments, and all of that. We are tired of people working. We should also be able to have electronic voting successfully with the levels of tech and the levels of expertise that we have. This is something that we have already begun. But you know, it involves a lot of stakeholders, because we are not the body responsible for like elections. We are not the particular ministries and the MDAs, but we can guide them. These are some of the things that we want to do. Honestly, I will tell you that we do not know it all at the Senate. We welcome recommendations, we welcome suggestions, we welcome interface. Reach out to me if you want. If you want to reach out to the clerk, let us know. We really want to hear from you. What's happening to you guys in terms of cybercrime, in terms of data protection. We cannot do it without you guys. Even the review of the data protection bill, we are also going to send invites to stakeholders from the government, from the private sector, from the international community, so that we can sit up together and we can draw this thing, understand where it hurts each and every one person. It is inclusion. Please do not see Senate committee as those people who cannot be reached. Yes, we can be reached. We are the most accessible as I speak with you. And let me just say this, in this week, we were supposed to have the third edition of our Senate Legislative Conference on cyber security and digital economy. And because of the COVID-19, we've had to shift it to October. And we have done our best to reach out to so many. We have reached out to pay staff, we have reached out to so many people. We have begun a series of conversations and so many people. And we will reach out to Flutterwave. We have reached out to CL, Mr. Sheyede is one of our speakers. So we have reached out to so many people, but we still want to expand this. Let us know how best you think this is. It might not be data protection, it might not be privacy that affects you, it might be access privileges. Let us know how it affects you. Let us know. Let us know so that we can be able to work this out together. We cannot only be meeting with the bankers, we cannot only be meeting with the oil and gas, we want to meet with everybody, even to the single individual asset. We are also trying to work out a situation where if you are hit, if you're a victim of cybercrime, there should be a platform you can report, and you will find and you'll be able to get redress. These are some of the things that we are able. We will not be able to achieve this. I cannot tell you what and when of milestones, but what I can assure you is that as technology changes, we are also working behind to making sure that whatever we bring out is able to address the issues now and the issues in the future. Thank you very much to the team at CF Legal. Thank you to my panelists, and thank you to everybody who attended.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It has definitely been a very insightful session, very informative, and really packed with information, to be honest. It's unfortunate that it's really a short time. We just have this very short time to deal with so much, because it's an evolving sector. There's so much to say, there's so much to discuss, really. But we'll probably keep further conversation for another day. Thank you so much to our panelists. Thank you, David. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Mo. I hope you don't mind me joining Sheye to call you Mo, but yes, I know it's Mo.
No, sir. Yeah, no, but that's why everyone calls me Mo.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much to our able moderator, Sheye. Thank you very much to our participants. Really, we really wouldn't have been a complete session without our attendees. So thank you very much. It's unfortunate we couldn't really, because of our timing, take all of the questions, but as Sheye has promised, we will deal with these questions and then get back to each person that has asked the question. So thank you very much once again, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you very much.